Imagine living under these absolutely out-of-control Wahhabists who threaten us on a routine basis, by the way. Notice they're not attacking Israel. They're not attacking the CIA because, folks, they work for the group that is above the CIA, above Israel, above the European Union, above the Vatican, above all these power structures. It is chaos directed against humanity, almost like it's an alien force from a distant star system that's here posing as humans, manipulating us. It's that scientific, that cold-blooded, that evil. In fact, guys, I don't remember the exact headline for it, but we've reposted it. Star Trek exposes 9/11, I think's the video name. Or Star Trek exposes Divide and Conquer is what we called it when we posted it. It's like a 7-year-old video from YouTube. I want to play that later. It's an episode from Star Trek. I forget the name of the episode, but I'll find the name. We'll do a review of that. I'd have McBrain do a review of it. He likes Star Trek. I like Star Trek too. We both like it. It's so goofy. We like the original stuff with Captain Kirk, William Shatner, where there's an invisible alien on board the ship, and it's playing the Klingons and the humans off against each other to suck the energy and consolidate power over them. And I'm not saying it's a real alien doing this, but that's an allegory of what we're dealing with, and until we become aware of it, there's no future. I want to hear from military people out there, again, specifically contractors, corporate people, folks that have lived in Ukraine or Russia or Poland or surrounding areas. If you're in Europe or you were a contractor or military, give me your take on this. Because I get the cold-blooded chess. Cut Russia off. Don't let them send gas to Europe. Don't let them have a gas pipeline to China. Cut off the Black Sea. Put missile cruisers there. Call it missile defense when it's really a nuke shoot-down system so Russia can't respond if the West hits them first. The problem is Russia will launch on warning now because of these missiles being moved in. That's what Ray McGovern, who was Ronald Reagan and George H.W. Bush's favorite morning briefer and top CIA analyst. Very top for general geopolitical stuff. Combat vet, whole 9 yards. And he just said the entire community of people that aren't nihilist death wishers this is the most dangerous point the world's ever been in. And the globalists, the big banks, are busy manipulating and pushing the world towards crisis on every single front. And I'm completely upset about it and completely focused. I've been very serious this morning here at the office because you can feel the energy and the danger intensifying. Now, they tried to lie and say Russia had invaded Georgia back in 2008 on 8/88. In August of 2008. 6 years ago. The question is this another hoax where there are no Russian forces preemptively invading? I don't know. Are there Russians there in a proxy war? Absolutely. Looking after their gas pipelines, military and naval bases, and supply lines. That's Russia's main funding, is supplying cheap gas to Europe and cheap oil. On 8/88, it's on record. They have neocon, known CIA minions attack me routinely for this because I expose it and they hate it. That day I got up and went in at like 6 a.m. to look at the news, and the headline on CNN and everywhere else I turned on television was, Russia has invaded Georgia. And even 6 years ago, I was still naive. I guess I still am naive. Who knows what the next shoe to drop is. I was on air hours later at 11. And went on air and said, Russia has invaded Georgia. And then people started emailing us BBC articles and Der Spiegel articles and Russian news. And it was headline, President begs for help, says they've been hit, begs for NATO, who was already there. They attacked Ossetia, South Ossetia and Abkhazia, killing entire buildings full of Russian troops in a middle-of-the-night attack. Killing everyone. And we're shelling and with tanks, and the Russians poured in across the border, drove them back and said, get out, NATO, we're going to attack you. And NATO pulled out, Russia pulled out a week later. So the West is trying to take Russian interest. Russia's pushing back. And again, I'm not saying they're angels or something. The point is, we don't have the moral high ground when our elites are directing the world towards this position. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
This is an announcement for all people who want to take a risk-free challenge to whiten their teeth in 5 minutes. By calling now, you can whiten your teeth in 5 minutes using clinically proven power swabs. This risk-free challenge is for people whose smile has been yellowed by coffee, tea, red wine, or smoking. The Power Swabs 5-minute challenge is available by responding to this advertisement. If lines are busy, try again. Because the Power Swabs 5-minute challenge is exclusive, it's not available in drugstores. Power Swabs was formulated by Dr. Martin Ginniger and whitens teeth with a patented tooth detergent and whitening agent. It's so effective, we challenge you to try it for 5 minutes to see how white your smile could be. Get it risk-free. Dial 1-800-281-6805. That's 1-800-281-6805. Transform your smile into a wow, you look great smile. Dial 1-800-281-6805. That's 1-800-281-6805.
Question: could too many GMO foods and toxins be overloading your digestive and immune systems? Answer: yes. If you're searching for a powerful detox that's gentle enough to use every day, use Pro-EM1 from Teraganix. Pro-EM1 is a powerful liquid probiotic that uses good bacteria to suppress pathogens and gently eliminate toxins from your body. A healthy digestive system will cleanse and remove toxins, support weight loss, improve absorption of food nutrients, and aid in controlling yeast and other infections. Pro-EM1 is made with only non-GMO and certified organic ingredients, has no preservatives, and is dairy, soy, wheat, and gluten-free. Pro-EM1 is the key to your digestive health. Order Pro-EM1 Daily Probiotic Cleanse at Teraganix.com, spelled Teraganix.com, or call toll-free 866-369-3678. That's 866-369-3678. Also available through Amazon Prime. Pro-EM1 from Teraganix. Life's getting better.
Global warming purports rising CO2 levels, while evolution describes mutated DNA. The fraudulent sciences describe effects of iron poisoning and copper depletion. As generations are iron poisoned and copper deprived, the DNA has mutated and weakened as blood types A, B, and O. These blood types and rhesus factor are falsely used as evidence of evolution. Humans were created solely with blood type AB negative. Fraudulent science purports mutated DNA coupled with rising CO2 levels in blood are causing humans to go into extinction. In truth, humans are being methodically exterminated by iron poisoning and copper depletion. Blood type AB is on the Shroud of Turin and matches the healthy population. They claim this is evidence they are from the line of Christ and thus are his Christ. They are from the lines that were disinherited 2,000 years ago, and now they claim to be his Christ. For further information, go to unveilingthem.com. That is UNVEILING them.com. Unveilingthem.com.
American gardeners and fellow patriots, make the right choice with your money, time, and your family food supply. Choose 100% pure heirloom seeds in the Survival Seed Vault from MyPatriotSupply.com. Why spend more? The Survival Seed Vault from MyPatriotSupply.com is only $37.95 and includes 20 varieties of pure, hardy, easy-to-grow heirloom seeds. Yes, only $37.95. That's 70% less than our competitors. You could buy 3 Survival Seed Vaults for less than one of theirs. The Survival Seed Vault from MyPatriotSupply.com includes detailed planting and seed-saving instructions and ships same day. Plus, all orders over $49 ship free. MyPatriotSupply.com is American-owned by patriots like you, passionate about freedom and preparedness. Call now, 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927. Or discover more emergency preparedness items when you order at MyPatriotSupply.com. Choose the original. Choose the Survival Seed Vault at MyPatriotSupply.com.
Give out the toll-free number. If you're in Poland, if you're in Ukraine, if you're in Russia, if you're in Northern Europe that borders a lot of these areas as well, if there is a regional war, it's going to affect the economies big time, the stock markets, the energy prices. And then there is a very distinct possibility this could escalate into a full-out nuclear war. That's what Ray McGovern, former top CIA analyst to the presidents, has said on this show, and that's what every other major analyst says. This is a very reckless game. This is not North Korea. If our government started trying to topple North Korea, I'd say, wow, our government might actually be moral. No. The guy's a complete joke. But he's got over 100,000 pieces of artillery and would shell the South Korean city into the ground. But nobody is messing with North Korea. Instead, ladies and gentlemen, they're messing with Russia that is doing nothing to anybody. But hey, we had a 60-year Cold War with them. Doesn't matter, the very bankers that run our country. I'm going to say that again. The very bankers that run our country, the very bankers that run our country, that have hijacked it, are the ones that put the Bolsheviks in power in 1917. That's mainline congressional hearings in the 70s, the church committees, Anthony Sutton, declassified, Mao Zedong put in power by the Western elites. Look at how they're trying to shut off Russian gas pipelines and how they're trying to shut off our gas and oil pipelines into the United States of oil and gas we need. Look at how they're shutting down our train beds. Look at how they're shutting down our infrastructure. Look at how they're shutting down more than a third of our coal power plants. Look at how our power prices are going up. Look at all the regulations. You see, the globalists want to shut everything down they don't control and then sell you commodities at 100 times what they should be worth, just like diamonds. Diamonds are artificially scarce. They lay on the ground all over Africa. But the West controls Africa, so you can't get the diamonds out. And they have hundreds of movies and TV shows about anybody who doesn't put diamonds through the UN program is racist and has blacks as slaves at slave camps mining the diamonds. And there is some of that going on, but mainly it's villages and communities and countries that try to mine their own diamonds, and they get overthrown when they do. And there are literal slave camps run by the West, the equivalent of slave camps, where they do mine the diamonds, and then you will pay a year's salary to put a 2-carat diamond ring on your wife's finger. And you can tell a woman, hey, these things are worthless. It's a big scam from 100 years ago. The Oppenheimers and De Beers with Edward Bernays and the British royalty, who owns a big part of De Beers, ran the scam. There's documentaries on it. It's an admitted fact. And they'll say, I don't care. I want it. I gotta have it. People love frauds. People love scams. And they're cutting our oil off. They're cutting our gas off. They're teaching us 2 + 2 = 5. We've never been at war with Syria. We've always been at war with Syria. Now Syria's our best buddy. We are living 1984 with a bunch of globalist, existential envy haters of humanity. Haters gonna hate. Bill Gates, David Rockefeller, all of them are haters writ large. The biggest haters this world's ever seen. Hitler was a hater. Stalin was a hater. Mao was a hater. They want control. They want to dominate. They want to dumb down. That's my litmus test. Are the Russians brutish and thuggish and basically a kleptocracy mafia? Yes. And if they get in my business and try to take my guns or my property or my kids or try to forcibly inoculate me or try to push me around, I'll become the biggest Russian phobe you ever saw. But the Russians aren't doing jack squat in my backyard. The New World Orders, the same people screwing Russia over are the same people taking all my freedoms. George Soros, Bill Gates, Hillary Clinton, Samantha Powers. And you got the French government, you got the Russian government, fighting with each other. You got the Germans and the Russians fighting with each other. I mean, this is a disaster. So now, NATO just released satellite evidence. Russia is lying about invading Ukraine. And you can blow up some of the images. We have them on Infowars.com. It's from Business Insider. Doesn't look like any evidence I've ever seen. Pathetically vague. The guns are pointed north, directly towards Ukraine territory, the statement explained. Yeah, which way do you think our guns are pointed? At Russia? This is just ridiculous. So then you read the article, it's pointed into Ukraine. tell me something I didn't know. They prey on people's military ignorance when the West started all of this. What are the bankers thinking?
We're on the march.